I'm here with Marla Lerner Tannenbaum, a person I've peripherally known for a while, but someone I've always enjoyed. You guys are filthy rich, but you seem like normal people. Is that accurate?
Oh God, what an intro! Everybody thinks they're normal, right?
Yeah.
I think we're normal.
Marla is head of the Dream Foundation and the Ted Lerner Foundation. One of her biggest, I think, accomplishments here, and you would agree with me, is what the Youth National Baseball Academy has done, not just for giving a lot of underserved kids in this area a chance to get interested and play baseball, but there's a complete enrichment and education program around it too that I don't even think a lot of people talk about. So.
Obviously, when we were given the privilege of owning this team, we knew we wanted to make an impact in a serious way in the community. And the Youth Baseball Academy, I think, really, literally hits it out of the park in every respect. Baseball and softball are an integral part of the program, but and of course that's what gets the kids to come. But the educational part of it, the academic enrichment, the nutrition support, all of that, the mentoring, all of that is what makes the baseball and softball possible too. And it's located in Ward 7. The kids from Ward 7 and Ward 8 come and participate. And as well as our core program, which is 3rd through 8th grade. Beyond that, we have leagues of all varieties, and summer leagues and leagues throughout the year. And I'd say over 1,000 kids are involved in the leagues. And keep in mind that's 5 years, that's coming from zero. Yeah. And it's a very healthy organization.
Major League Baseball has a real problem attracting African-American children and players. There's only 7%, and it used to be, the Homestead Grays were, a fixture. Is that something that you've sort of taken on in your own life? Because I look at this team, it embodies Washington and melting pot like nothing else. You have Latin players, you have white players, you have black players, you even have a Hawaiian who's of Japanese ancestry. It really feels like a melting pot. Is that something, I don't know, are you interested in the diversity side of that, and is it important to you?
I knew that Washington wasn't going to be the place where you create an academy for kids who you're honing to be Major League Baseball players. That's not who we are. We are not a sunshine, 12 months a year kind of city. Yeah. We haven't had baseball for 33 years. What we can do is allow a lot of kids to enjoy the game of baseball. And if we grow a great player from there, gravy on top. But what we can do is create the love of the game. And I think that the only way to increase the minority participation in Major League Baseball is you got to start at the beginning, right? You've got to start with kids. And the younger the better. Baseball takes a long time to learn. And so we really, really stress the youth coming in and learning the game of baseball, and we have an academy way of teaching.
One of the reasons you guys got this team, that Bud Selig said anyway, was because he loved the whole family notion. And I should thank you right away, because you guys don't do a lot of interviews. You're a very tight-knit, close family. You keep to yourselves. Is that from your father on down? That's just how he was with everybody growing up, that your privacy was to be fiercely protected?
Well, yes and no. I'm a more outgoing person, I guess, than Dad. Definitely. He's always just not out there shaking people's hands. He's not a glad-handing kind of guy. Well, you're charming and persistent, Mike. It's because that's why.
If you won this, what would it mean? I know the playoff run and everything, and your father's 94 now. Well, what would it mean to your father and your mother, just the family, if you won this? And what would it mean to him? How good would you feel?
Oh, I'd be, obviously, I think like every fan in Washington, D.C., we'd be over the moon, right? How could you not be? It was an aspiration that sometimes I thought was a little silly, because he'd accomplished so much in his life. If he had this or he didn't have this, he would have had a very full and rewarding career and family and all that. But again, it's like the cherry on top. It's really sweet. And considering where he came from and kind of the way he was brought up, and he was the breadwinner for his family when he was 21 years old. He lost his dad, and he was an usher at Griffith Stadium.
Which is just poetic.
Yeah.
People don't know Mr. Lerner lost his father on his 21st birthday, and which he didn't celebrate his birthday for years, as I'm told. He won the NLCS this year on his birthday. He had to celebrate that.
Yes. Well, we usually do keep it pretty low key on his birthday, but like, come on, yeah, you know. Regardless of the day, we had to celebrate that. Yeah, it was sweet.
And lastly, you're now the, I watched on Forbes, the 128th richest family in America. Do I call you the heiress to the Lerner fortune, or are you still the president of the Dream Academy?
With all due respect to the free press and journalism, I don't believe everything you read.